This is New Hampshire Cross Country, powered by Runner's Alley. We're coming to you from the Nashua North Invitational. Find ourselves Nashua South, Mines Falls. They're running all through. Slightly different than the Meet of Champions course, though. Same thing as last year with that bridge being out. So switching up the course a little bit.
Thinking about the circuit that we just saw with the girls, this is a fast course. They're on pavement for a good amount of time.
Oh yeah.
And they have the hills out here in the fields, and it's sneaky slow. It makes it sneaky slower, not slow because it was never slow, but it's sneaky slow out here in the fields and the grass. And you do the pavement a couple times, that makes it pretty fast.
Yeah, I think once you ramp up into the woods, it is ramping up indeed with the speed. We saw that, what was interesting in the girls' race, we saw a lead 10 meters in at this point and never looked, well, she did look back, but no need to.
We thought the way it finished with second through 10, that was going to be the whole race, but Leah Perriard.
So let me ask you this, is it going to be same story on the boys' side? We have a clear favorite.
We kind of thought about that, especially when we were previewing this meet, and when we were doing the podcast, was that Matt Giardina, who is the early season favorite for being the top harrier in cross country, would show out today, and that could very well be the case. But it was a surprise on the girls' side. You never know.
Hey, he won this race last year, though, so you can't discredit that. And if we take a look at the teams, Pinkerton ranked number 1, they're here today. Nashua South ranked number 2, BG number 5, Salem number 7, Bedford number 8, Exeter number 10.
That's 6 of the top 10.
6 of the top 10. That's a good early season kind of measuring stick with where everyone is, and I'm willing to bet that that order we just listed in is going to get shooken up today.
Yeah, I know. Of course, Nashua South wants to defend sort of their home turf. Well, this is their home turf. What am I saying? Sort of. And Pinkerton likes to get out strong in seasons. I'm interested to see what Bishop Gurdon brings. To fifth in the state, they got what could be the top dog. What do they bring behind them? And I actually am looking forward to seeing what their version of Bishop Gurdon is this year. I think it could be a surprise team.
So we talked about Matt up front. Who's challenging him today? Redmond?
I would say Redmond, but Redmond definitely.
Sully.
If Redmond stays close, he can make it really, really tight.
Flag up, going
up. So he starts from Keene, although I haven't seen Keene yet. And then we have Byrne from South. We have Chisholm and James from Salem. A couple Exeter guys. Let's see how everybody stacks up here. Matt getting out kind of hard.
Giardina with that white headband green uniform. We see him emerging up front, but he is not number 1 at this point. He's got the mask flexing for the camera.
I don't know if he's going to win the race. I don't see Keene at all.
Giardina out in front. Not by much, though. He's got a little bit of a lead.
Looks good, though. We're almost at 1,200 meters. He's about 340 at 1,200.
15-meter lead.
A couple Salem. And then, of course, Redmond. That should have been Chisholm and James. South, Hanover. South 4 through. I'm sorry, that's not Salem. That's U32 from Vermont. U32 from Vermont's here, Greg.
I tell you right now, they're flying.
They're winning the race right now.
Yeah.
U32 from Vermont's winning the race right now.
Yeah, they're flying. We got to Giardina. Can see him through the crowd.
He's extending his lead slightly here. He looks tremendous. It looks like he's floating along.
Yeah. Lead continues to increase.
It's tremendous. And it's Jacob Redmond in second, followed by right running the number 1 from U32 Vermont. They're a great team last year. I'm not surprised to see them showing out well here, but South has an answer here.
Tight battle.
South has 2 to U32's 2.
BG's number 2. See what they got for depth today. Salem coming through. Hanover, Salem again.
Hanover's number 2. Salem has 2. Pinkerton's first. Now, Pinkerton is a packed team. Let's see how they pack it in here, but we got South 3 and 4.
That's right.
South is winning this race right now if their 5th is in sight.
Salem looking strong. Pinkerton, you had mentioned that we saw one that's number 2 at least. Londonderry, Hanover, Raiders, Titans, Pinkerton.
3-4. Bedford's 3-4.
BG.
U32 again. BG, that's one of the teams I wanted to watch today.
BG's up there. South is up there.
South
U32 is up there. Salem's look strong today.
If any one of the South's triumvirate they had right there, they're 3. If any one of them move up, it's points for their team. Hanover's showing pretty strong here today. That was it. Giardina was flying.
Yeah,
just floating.
He looked so comfortable up there too.
Looked tremendous. Redmond was hanging on strong with the U32 number 1. Great pack now. This is what we expect in New Hampshire cross country. Just a pack of just solid runners.
Yeah, we see them. They're leaving pavement right now, coming onto some dirt. It's dirt through this backwoods and then back onto the pavement.
We'll have a better idea on our next camera shot, which is the finish, but better idea on how they're looking there. But right now is U32 Nashua South. Pinkerton's pack is coming on strong. They still have more than a mile to run from here. So things can still change a lot. It's just a very flat and fast course.
I mean, BG was up there, Salem was up there. A lot of teams in the mix there. I don't think anyone's, running away with this completely.
No, U32's fifth was a little bit back. South's fifth was a little bit back. So I'd open it up for teams like Pinkerton.
Yeah, I think we're going to see some high scores today. I think there's a lot of displacement, a lot of bodies in between teams, number fives.
And for the season, it's who can develop their fifth. That's going to be the theme.
100%. And with that, we'll head down to the finish line. Matt Giardina coming into view. He's coming along that fence line, coming into the track facility, all out in front, all alone, looking over his shoulder, but no reason for that. He's led this since probably the first couple 100 meters in.
He is going to drop a time, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it might not be under 15, but we're looking at September 16th, and this kid's coming in at 15:0. And he was cruising most of the way, Greg.
Early
this is the most
season,
effort I've seen him go through.
Huge time, 2023
Great
champ.
job.
Second place now in the facility.
U32 from Vermont.
He's got a little bit of company.
Jacob Redmond, last week's Bobcat Invitational winner, and he definitely didn't cruise today.
South 1 and 2 down the pipe.
And that should be Byrne.
Pinkerton's number 1 coming as well.
South 1 and 2. South goes 4-5 here. Pinkerton's number 1. That must be Finn Christensen Craft. He had made a big, huge move second half of this race. Redmond threw in 15:36. South's number 1, 15:40. Pinkerton splits South, 15:43.
Pinkerton's 5. South is 6. Get your medal,
So
guys.
South has 2 in. Raider, U32 will have 2 in.
Hey, I just confirmed Cyrus Hansen, U32. He was second place.
Bishop Girton, this is Carson Fisher from Bishop Girton, cruising under 16. Hanover's number 1. Salem's number 1. Hanover's number 2. South's 3 and 4 is coming in. Right now, South has the lead team-wise, but what did we say? Pinkerton's pack is coming through right now. I see 2, I see 3, oh wait, that's Londonderry 2. Londonderry has 2, so Pinkerton's second's coming in right behind South's 4th. And then Pinkerton and Londonderry's top 2 are battling. So Pinkerton's 3rd is battling with Londonderry's top 2.
Keep moving, guys. Watch out for guys.
Great race for these individual spots.
U32's 3rd is coming in. U32's 4th is coming in.
We've seen our top 20 at this point.
Bishop Girton's 3rd is coming in. Bishop Girton. Hanover's number 2 or 3. Jimmy Mack's better at this time, but look at South's 5th runner right here. That might have sealed the deal, Greg.
Yeah, they're going to be the first with 5 across. Salem actually has 5 across.
Showing their number 7 ranking here. Salem might have just beaten Bishop Girton, but here comes Bishop Girton's 4th or 5th.
U32 with 5, Pinkerton with 5, Salem with 5, Hanover with 5, South with 5. Currently scoring as is. They're in the lead.
Go.
Wyndham, Londonderry, Hanover, Pinkerton, Hanover, Pinkerton. That's 3 of them clustered in, and they already had their top 5 across.
Hanover's showing some D2 strength here, but it really is the story of the D1s. Pinkerton, Londonderry,
Right through.
Nashua South, Salem. Tell you what, I might take that back. Salem might be the surprise team.
So I think South's 5th runner came in 32nd, excuse me. They had some low numbers in front of that. Remember, we had talked about the pairs of them, and it came down to their 5th, and I think their 5th is going to be quick enough to get it.
Yeah, I think South sealed this one. U32 was the surprise coming in. And then Pinkerton, I think Pinkerton's going to be right behind them, but they're going to be certainly battling Hanover and Londonderry. Oh, sorry, Salem. Salem is the big surprise today.
Who's the stop in the middle? North.
I'm just thinking rankings right now. What this is going to be ranked. This is going to be fun rankings this week.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
These head-to-head battles help it out tremendously.
we talked about coming into it, Pinkerton 1, South 2. I think that might get flipped this week.
Right. South just showed it. But what's so great is, guess what we do next week? They race each other again. So, like I said we might have 4 different teams being number 1.
And you know what's interesting about them racing again next week is the course.
The course will be different. Correct.
The course that they're going on is the division course.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's going to be your true measure going, early season, mid-season.
That's true. We always felt like these meets leading up to Manchester was all preparing for Manchester and training to race or racing to race. And then once Manchester kicks in, that's when it solidifies what your goals are this season. And then you really kind of focus in on what you're trying to do for the rest of the year to divisions. Which, believe it or not, is not that far away off of Manch.
No, I mean, once we get to that point, it kind of just starts rolling.
That's why you got to do your summer homework.
Hey, I tell you though, Giardina today just crushed it. Back-to-back years here. I would say last year, the race here was a breakout race for him.
Yeah.
He continued to have success throughout the season.
Yep.
And, it just bodes well that he did as well as he did today. I mean, 15:09.
Yep.
That's pretty quick this time of the year.
He showed his pedigree. He showed he obviously had a great summer of training. He showed that he's right now the major domo of New Hampshire cross country, and we'll just kind of see how that matriculates throughout the season.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting too. His team, Bishop Girton, they've got a strong top 3, and then they're 4 and 5. I think if they can get their 4 and 5 to move up a bit, they've got a chance of knocking down some of these bigger teams.
And it's not like they haven't done this before under their coaches and their coaching staff, and that school has done this. When they see a little bit, they usually develop a 4, 5, 6. You can see that. I want to talk about Salem. We got to get to know these guys' names. They showed out today. They had a great pack running. They were running together as a team on more than one occasion. You saw 2 or 3 of them together, and that's just great cross-country team running.
Yeah, we saw Brody as their top runner today. Jackson was number 2 for the team. We're talking 16:03, 16:34. Room for improvement, and again, they look strong overall. You said surprise. They've got their top 5 was top 30, I think.
Yeah, no, it's going to be. We're just not used to seeing Salem do this. It's actually really exciting to have another school in Division I be a contender.
I think we're so jacked up talking about it. All the action has come and gone. So once again, this is New Hampshire Cross Country powered by Runners Alley, coming to you from the 2023 Nashua North Invitational.
I love New Hampshire Cross Country.